we don't have to talk about a battle for quarterback one or a new quarterback. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Kind of nice. With the same quarterbacks coach, with the same offensive coordinator. That's nice, Eric. But we still have to talk about something with the quarterback. So the battle for quarterback two. Now, Gerard gets there in the summer. That's, of course, Teddy Gerard, the Under Armour All-American who reclassified from 27 to 26 class. He just signed in February and enrolls in the summer. I think it's going to be a lot to ask of him to be QB2 for this fall. I mean, you got to learn where the bathrooms are, let alone, be one play away for, playing in a game for a team that could be competing for a national championship. So for me, I think, you could make an argument of these three, Gerard's the most talented, but I still think it might be too soon for him to be QB2 come the first game of the season. But Noah Grubbs, with him playing over 50 college games at a high level in Florida and everything he's been through at the high school level, and he's a spring enrollee, I think that he could be QB2. But you would have to assume that the favorite on paper is Blake Hebert, considering he's going into his second season at Notre Dame. So Hebert from Brunswick School in Connecticut. Notre Dame flipped him from Clemson in the 2025 cycle after Deuce Knight flipped to Auburn. So, Eric, kind of set the stage for you. Do you have I honestly have no idea what you're thinking for this. So I'm curious, what do you think? Like, do you have a thought on who might be QB2 for Notre Dame when we get that first depth chart?
I think that by the end of spring, Noah Grubbs will be number 2. And I think he has a pretty good chance to open the season as number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Teddy Gerard will be number 2 by the end of the season. That's my prediction.
Gerard be QB2 by the end of the season, like in their minds, or like actually on the depth chart? Like if Carr were to go down, knock on wood, do you think they would put Gerard in by the end of the year?
I do, depending on, when, if he learns as quickly as the coaching staff thinks he will. The thing that he did, there's some things that I really like about Teddy Gerard. One is when you talk to people that have evaluated him, he sees the field like a guy that's a lot older. He processes things at the line of scrimmage a lot faster than players older than him. And the fact that he's already 18, he's not going to be that's a big difference for somebody that reclassified. There's, when I started my senior year in high school, I wasn't being recruited by anybody for anything, but I was 16 at the start of my senior year in high school. So I would have been 16 as a college freshman. That he's already 18, I think helps. But there's a lot of things to like about him physically, but his mental game is ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Noah Grubbs, what I like about him is that he just, whatever you think his ceiling is, he'll say, it's higher than what you think it is.
Yep.
Just such a gamer. I love his leadership skills. I love how he can raise the level of people around him. What I like about Blake Hebert is I think he's an outstanding athlete. He's certainly the best runner of the three.
Not even close.
He's a big, strong guy too. So he's got Riley Leonard kind of running skills. I think that where his big challenge is processing things at the line of scrimmage, understanding coverages, really seeing the field. That's what Notre Dame's offense needs at this point. They've evolved it. You don't go get 14 wide receivers and 2 of them are Mylan Graham and Quincy Porter and say, we're going to run our quarterback 20 times a game. So the offense is calling for somebody who can make great decisions and quick decisions. CJ Carr was ahead of the curve with that. That's one of the reasons why he not only is the starter for the second year in a row, he made some people's top 10 lists as one of the best quarterbacks, and probably should be in the top 5 of those lists.